Okay, my name is Ingo Horn. I'm Communication Director for the consoles at Wargaming.net.
It's an exciting time for Wargaming as far as consoles are concerned. You guys are coming out with a lot of new content, some new games, some new titles. Like, what's on the horizon for you guys right now?
Yeah, after the frequent release of Mercenaries this summer for the PlayStation, for the Xbox on World of Tanks, we are currently preparing the launch of World of Warships Legends, which is supposed to be released next year. So we are currently in closed alpha, so potentially some of your readers might have been able already to sneak in and to have a first glimpse of what the ships is going to be on the console. But we're really looking forward for it at the beginning of next year, potentially going to a closed beta where we will be able to join more people into this.
Nice. Now, this isn't like a straight-ahead port. You guys are actually changing the game a lot in order to make it more accessible for console gamers. Is that right?
That's absolutely true, because we figured out that in terms of the console players, of course, have similar taste like on the PC. I mean, military games like World of Tanks or World of Warships are liked by every platform. But the particular type of gaming is a little bit different. The console players, for example, are much more casual in a way that they would like to act faster. They would like to have faster, more content into the game. They are as well more open to some extraordinary stuff, sometimes even weird stuff. So for example, it's Halloween right now. We have launched in Halloween mode where some really cool tanks are into, which have nothing to do with the reality, so they never existed on the battlefield, but the players are really enthusiastic about these kind of things. If we, for example, would release tanks like the mercenary tanks, who are hybrid tanks consisting of different parts from real tanks, if we would have been releasing this kind of on the PC, there would be some audience on the PC who would criticizing us for that, because they are really into the historic accurateness, that this screw needs to be there, that part of the chain need to be there and stuff like that. So therefore we are happy that we could deliver to the console players what they would like to have. And in terms of gameplay itself, if you compare, for example, the camera angles which we are offering on the console, they are really adjusted exactly for the way of playing for a console player. If you're a PC player, you are sitting 30, 40 centimeters away from your monitor, and if you're playing on the couch, on the console, you're sitting how many meters away, how many feet away from the TV? It's much more far behind. So you need to have a completely different angle when you are driving with the tank. So you see the gun, for example, a camera angle which is not working on the PC version. And that is what we are currently as well trying to figure out for World of Warships Legends, in how far we could really live up to the expectation of the console players. With the gamepad, for example, or as well as we have mobile games as well, World of Tanks Blitz and World of Warships Blitz, with the devices you're using on mobile. So everything needs to be really accurately done for the dedicated platforms where we are developing the games for, that the player has the perfect way to play. In terms of the console, I personally like the controls on console much better on Xbox and PlayStation, because with the keyboard normally you control the lower part of the tank while you play with the mouse the cannon. And on the console you have the thumbsticks for that, which is more like an accurate feeling. Like in the reality, you have the driver, which is in the lower part of a tank, which you play with the left thumbstick, and with the right one you have the gunner who is targeting, so you could really switch between both of these modes and could accurately control the tank like it feels. And for the ships, of course, you drive with one thing and you shoot with the other, so that will be kind of similar.
Nice. So are you aiming to make it like sort of faster paced action with the warships port? Like it's gonna be more intense combat as opposed to sort of the strategic placement that sort of goes along playing the PC version?
It's interesting that you're asking that, because I'm in at Gamescom. We have had a short glimpse presentation what Legends is going to be, and that was exactly the feedback which we had from all the journalists, the influencers and users which were able to see the game. That, for example, on PC, it takes some 2 or 3 minutes until you're positioned, until your strategy and tactics is at place. And then the matches are really about to start, where you're firing at each other and trying to sink each other. On the console version, all this preparation, let's call it this way, is really non-existing, or close to non-existing. So it's about half a minute and everything is going to start, and you have the mayhem on the seas, which is happening over there, which is really driving you. Oh, there are shots here, shells coming from the left, from the right-hand side. So it's really, as you said, for the console player, it is needed to be faster into the action. Otherwise, it would be a little bit more boring. While on the PC, people really like to have this kind of preparing time to talk a little bit with a voiceover to each other. You positioned over there behind this island. I go right-hand side. I lean back and cover you from the back, and these kind of things. And on the console, it's more like that it's evolving during the match, that you figure out you need to react on the maneuvers the opponent is doing. So from that perspective, it definitely is much faster than the PC version.